So, Dragon Ball Z Broly has one of the most absurdly broken metas in Sparking Zero. Everyone is calling it the Ki Blast meta, which is making me think, damn, we really are just back in Xenoverse 2. It seems we can never escape Ki Blast being spammed as the ultimate meta in Dragon Ball games. So the Ki Blast meta in this game, and the reason why it's so effective on Broly over most characters, is that Broly has his own super armor. So naturally, when Ki Blast hit Broly, he does not stagger, meaning any Ki Blast that get reflected back onto the player, make sure he doesn't stagger. So you'll see in a bit why this is so broken, because the Ki Blast meta is lethal. So in this match, this guy starts off with base Broly. Obviously, the reason why you pick Broly is because you want to go into his final form, because it looks really, really cool, and the gameplay in the final form is really satisfying. But he doesn't know what I'm trying to do. I started off in the final form because I'm okay with having less DP cost for how OP the strategy I'm about to commit to is gonna be. Not to mention, 2 DP characters, they're all really, really good. I picked Videl, Yajirobe, and Master Roshi, and they're all super OP already. So now I just have 4 OP characters on the team. And I beat him in this clash because, again, I'm a master at clashes. My reaction time do be on point. We use Kakarot, and now we're truly at the point of the meta. The whole point of this meta is to just spam Ki Blast relentlessly. You just keep throwing Ki Blast. If you see enemy blocking Ki Blast or deflecting Ki Blast, throw in a charge Ki Blast for good measure because it stops them from guarding it. But overall, you want to just keep spamming Ki Blast because they're really hard to avoid. And try to get behind your enemy if you can. And then you can just, throw out the ultimate attack at the end just before your max power mode runs out. Because if it hits, the enemy will lock off. Sadly, this is the first time I did try this though, so it does miss. I didn't know how to keep him down hard enough. And I learn as I fight, but this fight in general is the only fight where anyone ever survives or dodges or avoids the ultimate attack. Every other fight in this video, everyone gets hit by it every time it's thrown out. So the enemy Broly actually managed to reach max power mode before I did as Broly, and obviously that is not a good sign because every Broly just goes straight for the ultimate attack when they're in max power mode, as this guy proves. He just does it right away. Again, this is probably still going to be the most simple strategy with this character, just ult whenever you can in general. However, unfortunately he does miss because he didn't even take the time to properly aim it, so Yajirobe gets the finishing blow. Oh, so disrespectful too. Knock him down, then kick him in the face just before he can clap back at me. And we're not going to watch Yajirobe's gameplay. I'm just here to point out that, again, these low DP characters are very effective for stalling for time, as well as the fact that 2 DP characters, or the lower the character's DP is, the faster they can actually swap out. So if you're wondering sometimes why it takes so long, it's because you might be on someone crazy like Vegeta or Gogeta. But if you're on Yajirobe, Videl, Master Roshi, it takes like 9, 7, maybe 10 seconds to swap to another character. And the amount of health a character actually gains back is really dependent actually on how long the swap time is. So a good example is Broly had 2 extra health bars, even though he was barely out of the fight. Because, again, it's just dependent on how long a character swapped out for. And that's it. So Broly's back in. He's got way more health than when he left. And we can go straight back into the Ki Blast meta, except we are not fighting another Broly. So it's even easier. Look at Zamasu's health crumble away. He can only deflect so many Ki Blasts. He can only do so much before the damage starts. Look at the damage. It's ridiculous. So after nailing him with all those Ki Blasts, I could still choose to end it with the ultimate attack. He would have just died if I kept throwing Ki Blast at him, but the point is that we want to break lock-on, so that way when he comes in with the next character, it takes him a bit to find us, and we can just power up again. Now, he did actually dodge that ultimate attack. That is also the only time someone will reaction dodge an ultimate attack in this entire thing, because Goku Black is way less lucky. Look at the Ki Blast rain down on him endlessly. He can't go anywhere. He can't escape. And we're always just going to end this with an ultimate attack anyways. We're trying to get behind Goku Black especially because he can't deflect or block Ki Blast from behind. So make sure whenever you're doing this, you angle behind someone because that's the most effective strategy. And then again, the unblockable ultimate attack. This is especially nasty because we can see here Goku Black is guarding. So he just gets hit by it. If you're deflecting Ki Blast or if you are guarding a Ki Blast, you are in a sort of stun lock, basically, which makes it impossible for you to actually survive the ultimate attack because you can't reaction dodge it after that. Maybe the best way to deal with this would be to use a skill like After Image or After Image Strike, which might automatically dodge the ultimate attack for you. But the whole point of this build strategy is that it would be After Image because, you know, you're spamming Ki Blast relentlessly. No one would ever get a turn because your Ki Blasts are going to outlast their After Image. So here's Goku Black. He's trying his best, but we don't care. We're just going to throw an ultimate attack out because we're on super low health and he used instant transmission. And it works because, again, the ultimate attack is unblockable. There's not anything he could do about this. So he also loses Goku Black. And now since the lock-on is broken, we can just use Kakarot again. And when we do it, we just go straight back to the Ki Blast. Zamasu tries his best. He's like mashing everything. He really just doesn't want to be in here anymore. And I don't blame him. Who would want to be in this anymore, right? But that's not his choice. That's our choice to make. And our choice is that he doesn't exist anymore. So we already have dealt with Zamasu with just pure Ki Blast damage. I don't even think we hit Zamasu with a physical attack that whole fight. I think we did actually spam him to death completely. So one of the best or worst parts about the strategy is that you are basically guaranteed to get kicked from any lobby, and you are guaranteed to never get a rematch if you beat anyone doing this. Because obviously, who would want to fight this ever again? So I just want to say, because the way this match starts, this guy did not know what my strategy was. This is just actually the team he was picking. This is my first match into this lobby. So he just happens to pick a character that is a decent counter to what I'm doing. I say decent for a reason, because I have the unblockable ultimate attack that cannot be absorbed. So even if he tries to absorb my ki, I can just swap to throw him the ultimate attack. But yeah, no, this guy actually knows what he's doing. I would say this guy was probably the best person in this lobby. So the fact that I dismantle him this quickly and this easily, as you'll see in this fight, is pretty upset. I tried to go for the melee super, but it doesn't have that much range on this guy. Ironically, it stopped right before it would actually hit him. But since he's playing Android 19, I always know he's going to go for a grab randomly. So again, that's the most important thing. Know your characters and know which characters you're facing. If you see a DBZ Broly, assume he's only ever going to try and go max power mode and hit you with the unblockable ultimate attack or spam Ki Blast the whole match or go for the grab super. If you see Android 19, just assuming he's going to go for grabs the entire fight, because it's the fastest way for him to gain ki, and he steals your health too when he does it, which is of course ideal. You want to take people's health, you want to take their ki. It gives them less ways to fight back, and it gives you more health in general. Like, you know, it's just good. So learn the characters you face, because again, if you know the characters you face, then you can avoid being grabbed randomly by Z Broly after he spams a bunch of Ki Blasts at you. And then he went for his grab, but I always know Android 19s, they're always going to go for grabs, so I was able to tech for grab. Keep in mind, if he grabbed me, it would have taken me out of my sparking mode, but since it didn't work, he now loses the character instead. And that's the important part, by knowing which characters you fight. Always know what the meta is. Even if you're not playing the meta, just know what it is, so that way you can fight around it better. A good example is all of my 2 DP characters like Videl. I'm actually finally tagging in a different character, because Broly's health is at least a little threatened, so I don't want him to be out there yet. I want him to just gain some health back. And if you look at the top left, I can already swap back to Broly, because 2 DP characters, they're really low cost, meaning that you can just swap straight back into Broly. And if I swap back into Broly, he actually gets his full health back. I don't think he needs to even be out for as long as he needs to. But yes, I swapped to Yajiro because Videl's taking quite a beating. This is about the time I realized that he's actually just mashing. Losing Android 19 did put him in a panic, so he just starts mashing instead. He's not really thinking too much, so I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just start mashing back too, since, you know, he's not doing a whole lot of like thinking. Look, he dragon dashes to me every chance he could get. He literally doesn't even have more than 1 ki bar with Raccoon, but he just cares so little right now, because he knows he's gonna get cheesed. He saw what I did with Z Broly, and he knows the rest of his characters can't absorb ki. So yeah, we'll cut back to when I swap to Z Broly, because the rest of this is just buying time for him to regain his health, while I swap 2 DP characters in constantly, and they're constantly regaining their health back as well. So now that enough time has been bought, Broly is back, and since I have enough to do the Kakarot skill, I just will, because Yuzumasu is actually a pretty strong character, so fighting him, you know, no, I'd rather not fight him. But you could see, look how much health Broly has now. Broly has his 3rd health bar back, or his 3rd emergency health bar back, his 3rd extra health bar back, which is really good. And again, this is all because a 2 DP character just fought for a tiny bit. So that is a really good strategy. Zamasu is unable to dodge this, even though he's not being held down by any Ki Blast right now. He's just unable to dodge this because, again, dodging this ultimate in general is just hard. It's really just difficult to time a guard in order to escape it. So that's really rough. But another reason why this strategy is so OP with Broly, because you basically spend all of it being invincible through max power mode. It allows Broly to always just swap to a different character after he's done. So in case if you just want to get health back with this character, it's really easy to do so. You just spam Ki Blast, and then when the swap feature is available, swap out to a 2 DP character, and the moment they can swap back to Broly, because the amount of health it takes to get like back is dependent on how long it takes for the character to swap back. So again, 2 DP characters, they swap very quick. Hercule swaps in like 5 seconds, if not like less. So Hercule's still the best for this strategy, but he's just really weak on his own. This also hits Zamasu, spoiler alert, because it's just really impossible to avoid this ultimate attack. So yeah, he's just really good. And because of all the time we spent wasted spamming Ki Blasts, we can actually use the Kakarot skill again. So I just do use it again. And then we see Raccoon. Raccoon is also in max power mode. His ultimate is Ultra Fighting Bomb, and we don't want to get hit by that. So we are going to play defensive because our Ki Blast can't even hit him anymore now since he's in sparking mode. Even our charge Ki Blast bounce off of him. So we're just going to take it easy. We're going to take it slow. We're not going to do any random ultimates unless if we see him try to go in for, you know, an attack of his own. But yeah, the moment he decides to come in, he can't use Ultra Fighting Bomber anymore. You could see him actually get stunned for a bit trying to use it when it wasn't available. So we Ki Blast him away. We go into max power mode with Broly. He does stop us, but that makes me realize that the only way to get this guy off my back is to probably just raw super him. And Broly's raw super is a grab, so he has no chance. So the moment there's a window in his attack string, I just raw super and I boost raw super too. I was actually thinking this would kill him, but Raccoon has so much defense he doesn't die from this. We still get enough time though to use Kakarot and then just end the fight in a few Ki Blasts, which is the which was the plan the entire time. So yeah, another reason why you can see Broly is so OP in this match is that even if the enemy can somewhat kind of potentially hold me down, I can just use the raw super, his grab super, to just push them away, give myself enough time to go back into max power mode and then start the abuse all over again. Again, the most broken strategy in the game, and I'm not going to play like this after this video. I'm just doing it for the sake of this video. This is to make up for all the years Xenoverse 2 was out, and I was never cheesing anyone, alright? So I deserve this. So, surprisingly, they didn't actually kick me, which is, shocking, because I just started the match with doing that. I think everyone in here wanted at least a go at beating me, because you could see as these fights go on, everyone keeps trying to change their strategy or change their characters in a way that they think they can beat me. They put more androids on the team so they could try and absorb Ki, and even some of them tried to pick Legendary Super Saiyan Broly as well to do the same strat back to me, but it doesn't work because, again, I know how to play Broly, I know how to fight Broly, and I know how to cheese with Broly. So I honestly think Broly is scarier, at least when I'm fighting him online, because I haven't seen anyone do this Ki Blast like cheese as good as I have. But I think Broly is much scarier to fight online when all he does is go max power mode and then see if he can throw his ultimate attack at you. Because trying to do all the Ki Blast stuff, a lot of people don't even know there's so many different ways to deflect Ki Blasts or get around Ki Blast. You can literally just do the Dragon Dash without doing this, without doing that thing where you go behind someone. You could just do the Dragon Dash on its own, and Ki Blast just bounce off of you naturally like that. And then if you see Broly try to close the distance, you can just guard straight away from a Dragon Dash, which is so convenient. You can even quick step out of one too, so yeah, but for now, me and Bother get put in this teleport clash for a long time, but when it ends, I actually do have more than enough to go into Kakarot. And you can imagine how that goes, because infinite Ki Blast spam. Again, you can throw charge Ki Blast to always break a guard or stop them from deflecting. See if you can always get behind enemies, but don't get too close to them, otherwise your character slows down, because close range combat affects your movement speed a lot. Again, you can see how long it takes Broly to try and get behind, and he tries to go for the raw ultimate. He does the Bardock special where he goes to full power, goes for the raw ultimate, and I know that if I do my ultimate attack straight after guarding his, it doesn't even matter if I'm not locked on. It's going to go straight forward, and guess who's straight in front of me? This guy. So you can see that my lock-on is still disabled in the top left, and he's just lost his whole character. Very unfortunate, but that is the power of Broly. Again, DBZ Broly, one of the best characters in the game. Even before people started doing this, I say people, it's me. Even before I started doing this Ki Blast thing, really just to get around to after him and strike, until I realized how OP it was on its own. I could always tell the character was this good. This guy goes for a random ultimate, I dodge it, and then guess who? Yeah. Broly's just an amazing character. Alright? He's just way too damn good. Really, I could have just spammed more Ki Blasts before throwing this, and then Videl might have actually just died from full health. I had enough energy to make that a reality, but I did want to punish her super hard, since again Videl is the after image character, and if you don't get your damage in now, you might never get your damage in. So yeah, this guy started with Super Saiyan Broly. He didn't have the cojones, you know, the testosterone to start with legendary Super Saiyan Broly, because he wants to have enough slots for other characters on his team, and that's fair. But like I've said a million times, my team consists of Yajirobe, Videl, and Roshi. 3 amazingly good characters, and they're all 2 DP, which allows me to slap this beast on with no issue. So again, the real issue of DP in this game is that the low-cost characters are still far too good for them to actually be that low cost. And I think this is the death of this Broly. I think this kills him from this much health. Yeah, because Z Broly is an absurd character, so... Yeah, but I have 3 characters who are all 2 DP, and one of them can heal back to full health, and the 2 others can avoid all forms of damage by just spamming after him and strike, which is, again, really OP. And keep in mind, characters being 2 DP means that they can swap in and out very quickly, meaning that if I just want to keep tagging them and Broly in and out, it's really quick. And it also allows Broly to gain a lot of health in a long drawn-out match. You actually see it more in some of the later fights, because these guys don't kick me. They actually fight me until they all get bored and leave. And there's Guldo. The moment he spawns in, I rain a Ki Blast on top of him, and then I throw the ultimate at him. And again, he can't avoid the ultimate attack because he's either blocking or deflecting Ki Blasts, meaning he can't do the prompt for actually dodging anything. So, again, super unfortunate. He goes for a super, it doesn't work, and then you get the most Broly thing ever. I literally just fuse him into the side of this mountain with Ki Blasts. It's actually so tragic.
It's over now.
Now, specifically for this fight, I'm not sure what happened to the connection in this match. I feel like someone must have joined the lobby because the connection in this match is especially rough. So I'm only going to show the parts I'm actually playing as Broly. I won't lie though, I do kill a few of his characters by playing a few of my own characters, but I'm only going to show the parts where I'm really abusing with Broly, because for the most part this match was so laggy that I couldn't even touch Yajirobe. He was always able to block everything because my inputs would come out so late, and that always threw me off so much, especially because everyone was just mashing against Broly because they didn't want him to go max power mode, and I completely understand that. So yeah, we're gonna cut straight to the juicy parts.
It's over now. Prepare to die. This is the end. My time Where are you running? I see you. It's over now. Prepare to die. This is the end. Pathetic. It's over now. Prepare to die. This is the end. Where are you running to? I see you! It's over now. Prepare to die! This is the end!
Yeah, this character is kind of absurd. I can only imagine that everyone in this lobby is experiencing the same thing Syriax felt when he tried to fight for challenge mode custom battle DBZ Broly. Because the moment you hear, it's over now, on the other side of the screen, I imagine there's not much reason why you'd still be holding your controller. You probably just like put the thing down, you went to the kitchen, grabbed yourself a drink, and then just come back to your characters completely annihilated. So this fight is against the Andrew 19 player yet again. Again, he does pretty well on Andrew 19, especially in this fight. He does really well. But we're going to skip over filler and go straight to the action. You actually see my health get considerably lower because he did a very good job. But the moment I have Sparking Mode active, and this is the kind of difference that Sparking Mode makes. Sparking Mode is nowhere near like max power within Tenkaichi 3, where you at least had like maybe a semblance of a chance to fight back, except if it was like a red Potara enemy, then you were just completely cooked. But Sparking Mode and Sparking 0 is brutal. There is like 0% chance sense that you can fight most characters once they enter sparking mode. Especially Broly, because unblockable ultimate that has a massive radius and is hyper quick and does tons of damage. Look, like Andrew 19's gone already, and now it's down to Master Roshi. Do you think he's gone already? Yes, because he only has 2 health bars. Well, 2 extra health bars, meaning that the moment I take away 1 health bar, if my ultimate hits him at any point, he's just dead now. And that's like a lot, you know? That's like too much even. There's a lot of characters who can't like take that kind of damage. Thankfully, they're all the characters who use After Him to strike, so that makes Broly even more viable. I did want to go for the Super Vet to mix things up, but that was a mistake because you can actually react to the Super and avoid it, when I should have been cheesing with the ultimate attack. So we'll go back to Broly in a bit because he has to fight a full health DBZ Broly, which is never a good sign. And this guy's obviously not going to let me charge up my ki because he knows the max power mode is spooky. So onto this, where we use the Yajirobe to tag into Broly, and then we immediately go max power mode and go straight back to cooking. Master Roshi may have escaped death once, but that's pretty much it for him because now I'm just completely locked in. We have full Ki Blast spam on deck. We are not trying to play fair. We're not trying to be funny. We're not even trying to be disrespectful. We're just playing the game like it's Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Another very, very easy win under our belt. And now on to the next fight. This fight is a lot shorter, and by shorter I mean it's actually kind of longer, but it's a lot shorter in the sense that we only really use 2 characters for most of this fight. I only use Videl and Broly, and he only uses Bardock and Broly mostly because no one else on his team survives that long, so yeah. But this is an interesting match because you can actually see, again, they are getting better as they fight me. They do put their hardest in to make sure I don't go sparking mode, and I think that's actually commendable, watching people get better at the game as they play it. You're seeing people adapt to like a new like situation. That's cool. I'm saying this now because I've never noticed this in Xenoverse 2. Like, the very few times it's happened in Xenoverse 2, it happened so little, I'm going to just say I've never noticed it. So seeing people actually get better at Sparking Zero is actually really cool. But there's just so much cheese. There's so much damn cheese that getting better at Sparking Zero is going to take a bit. Especially because, again, online lag, it makes everything just ever so slightly slower. So yeah, it can be a bit rough, but he's super aggressive on Bardock, so we just hit him with another melee super because, you know, it's just a demonic move point blank. Bardock, I think, actually survives this nonsense, which is incredible. Oh no, he's dead. No, he did not survive that nonsense. Either way, straight away into max power mode against the Yajirobe, and of course, since it's the Yajirobe, he's just not going to get any breaks, he's not going to get any passes. Keep in mind, I'm doing my best though to make sure I don't throw too many Ki Blasts at Yajirobe, because if he reflects them, then his skill counter builds up a lot faster, meaning that if he survives any abuse, he could just immediately chug a Senzu Bean, and that is not very ideal for me. Now, Yajirobe does have more than enough health to survive this, but I did throw a small Ki Blast in before I threw the ultimate, just to make sure that he either blocks the Ki Blast, deflects it, and then gets hit by the ultimate attack, because again, Broly's absurd, really, really strong. DBS Broly, I would say, probably has better Ki Blast. I think DBS Broly does have the better standard normal Ki Blast, but he doesn't have an unblockable ultimate. And Full Power Jiren, who does have way more damage than an ultimate attack, does not have an unblockable ultimate of this size. So this is another reason why Z Broly's still going to be the best. Not to mention, his armor is just so thick. Any Ki Blasts that get deflected on him really don't like actually matter or like show up at all. So yeah, even against another Z Broly, because I'm in sparking mode, my Ki Blasts actually break through his armor, so he has to play ultra defensive. And as usual, hold him down with Ki Blast, don't let him go anywhere, and then throw out the ultimate attack while he's too busy deflecting. It's just such a nightmarishly broken strat. It literally works all the time. No one has avoided this move since the first fight, and that guy just kicked me straight afterwards. So like, yeah, now that I know how to cheese better, it's really easy. And by cheese better, I mean it only takes one match of experience to learn how to cheese better. But he actually goes into sparking mode, and I'm like, oh crap, I don't want some of my own medicine, so I'm gonna swap to Videl. Now I'm gonna let all of this Videl gameplay play, because again, this is the only time this happens to me personally, so you guys get to see what it looks like to be on the other side for once. And the best I try to do with Videl is get it on melee super, but he's able to block him all the time because, again, Ki Blasts don't actually put you in a long recovery animation, so you can always react to damage. That's another benefit to how absurd this strategy is. But he isn't able to hold me down with Ki Blast successfully, so I'm actually able to dodge the ultimate attack. And I could have supered him straight after this too, but I just wanted to charge up myself. I could have did another Videl kick right there, but I was too busy trying to charge up, get my after him and striker going, get a nice combo going so I could potentially just kill Broly, because I noticed Broly was his last character. And I didn't want him to pop Kakarot again, but, you know, he does. And it's like, okay, well, whatever. We'll do this dance one more time. Who cares? So, Videl does her best, but she does get cooked because I'm trying to find an opportunity to throw out more super attacks. I notice it keeps getting closer, but it never comes. I'm just holding the button like a silly Billy when I could just be, you know, using After Him and Strike like a reasonable person, or just you know, deflecting more Ki Blasts. But either way, it's fine. Videl served her purpose. She was just a health bar for Broly, because now Broly has 3 health bars because of the amount of time she bought him, as well as the fact that he didn't have to take any of the damage from all those Ki Blasts. And now his max power mode is out, and I can use Kakarot. So he uses up all of his Ki trying to suppress me, trying to make sure I don't do anything. And I'm just like, nope, Kakarot, spam Ki Blast, the match is already over. So yeah, that's simply a difference in Broly. Simply a different, a complete massive difference in Broly's. Straight on to the last fight. Now this last fight is super short, and the reason why you'll find out very soon why it's super short. But it's the Android 19 guy again. I think the others agreed to let him go through because he's the one who makes the most efforts on Broly, which is again smart thing to do. So obviously, because it's Android 19, I'm like, hey, I'll put tons of work on Android 19. I'm actually going to do some like long combos and stuff. But the delay is still super thick ever since that first match of the Yajirobe at the start. So you actually see me do a lot worse in this match than I did in all the others, because the delay seemingly is only getting thicker and thicker, making combos even harder to do. You can see me doing a lot of useless maneuvers, like doing evasives. Like I'm doing like side dodges and like forward dodges after that, because my buttons are so stuck, because I don't know when my character's animations are going to come out. It didn't even reflect the grab, which is the first time it's happened in all my matches of the Android 19. So the lag is getting heavier, which makes me try even harder. I'm like, all right, you know what? I just wanted to use Kakarot so bad. I'm going to just hit you with a lifting strike, pop Kakarot, get my Ki Blast going, and then Dragon Ball Sparking Zero does one of the most cruel things it could ever do to me. It just crashes. I don't even think there was that many VFX on the screen. The game was like, nah, you're cooking these guys a bit too hard. Get out. And I'm like, all right, damn. So, you know, it is what it is. I think that's a good place to end the video, guys. And if you enjoyed the video, then obviously, again, please leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe, as it greatly supports the channel. And leave a comment down below as to what you'd like to see next, or how crazy you think this Broly strat is. Either way, love you all. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time. Take care, and peace.
I see you. It's over now. Prepare to die. This is the end. I will enjoy torturing you for as long as I like.